What's up, guys? Cambodian Holiday. Yeah, I don't know if you guys know jimmymitchell247. Really super cool guy. I don't know if they're doing this on Instagram or not, but I figured you guys would probably think it was pretty interesting, so I was going to go ahead and make a video of it and do it on Instagram as well. HW underscore customizer 13 on Instagram. Basically did a call out to Jimmy to show his earliest customs on Instagram, and so I figured you guys might appreciate this crap I did when I was fresh to customizing. Just a cool little video. Had time in between tattoo appointments to make a little video. And you guys are making it fun for me. All the comments and responses. It really makes my day, guys. So here we go. Um, we got a flea market here, the Georgia-Alabama line. I call it the Dirt Mall. And I found this little Nova back in the day, and I'm a huge Nova and muscle car fan, but Novas seem like it's one of the harder ones for me to find. But I found this old Nova, and I've always been a big fan of the underdog. Been around drag racing, and a lot of my family was into dirt track late models in the 70s and 80s, so we traveled the southeast dirt tracking. My stepdad, all his friends. We even had a couple people that raced NASCAR early on when it was called Grand National Racing. But I'm babbling on. But long story short, I've always liked muscle cars, dirt track, and drag racing and whatnot. And took this little Nova. I found it at that dirt mall I was telling you about, and all I really did to this one, because it was my very first one, was the axles were janky in the back, so I put fresh axles on. It was my first. If you can see the little caps in there, first deal ever there. And I started out, I was watching Poochman Morobi. If you don't follow him on Instagram or YouTube, you really need to. Him and James Shear are the first two people I ever watched that got me into this thing. But anyway, long story short, I put new axles in, and I made the fenders like primer replacements, because like I say, I like the underdog, the car that looks half-assed but will tear you up red light to red light. That was the first one. And then I think the second one took a maximum leeway, and the real dirt cars look a little different than the maximum leeway, so I put the dust cover in the front there. Sometimes the front ends will be black on these things. If you look, I added a weathering detail to the car like it just finished a race. And I don't know if you guys can see it, but there's a little driver in there that I made with a helmet and whatnot. But you know, the car's got some battle damage, dirt on it and stuff. Thought it was kind of cool. That's the first video I ever posted, if I'm not mistaken, on YouTube. And then again, I had an old beater from the dirt mall, and this was what cars were looking like when I was 7, 8 years old at the local dirt track. Had the big fender wells with the oversized tires. So I took this, I put a little roll cage in it, weathered it to make it look old. A lot of these cars were guys that weren't rich, so they would cut the fender wells out all half-assed like that. And I threw on some Pixar Cars wheels, because those cars had really fat tires on them back in the day. And these are actually the tampos and all I hand painted on there with actual local places from back then that meant something to me or whatever. Blacked out the front lights. Pretty tough looking car. Then like I say, I've only been collecting since 2014, and the Nova wagon come out, and Poochman Morobi again showed a little video on making gassers, so I made it raggedy again, doing the replicating the fiberglass nose on it to lighten the car up. Drilled out the headlights, left the flames on one side. Eventually this is going to have a driver in it, and the next car up I'm going to have it coming off the line popping a wheelie. I'm into building dioramas and stuff, and soon I'll make a video and show you guys this diorama that I'm making. And I've always been into Moon Eyes even before Hot Wheels. Hot rodders in the family and custom cars. I like George Barris and Ed Roth and all that. And I was making my rendition of like a garage find Moon Eyes car. Evidently, since I was storing this thing, 2 of my velocity stacks fell off of there. Hillborn, rather, I'm sorry. But yeah, I was making it reminiscent. I drilled out the lights, put an aluminum moon tank. These guys were real into drilling out parts of gassers, the frame, anything you could to make it lighter. Notice it's got the black stillies with the mags on the front. They believe that weight ratio thing, which nowadays is a bunch of crap. Lowering it in the back and jacking it up in the front doesn't do anything. And if you look, there's a little hearse sticker on there, little decals that I put on there from an old Johnny Lightning. But I thought it was pretty sick. I was pretty proud of it. But that one's going to be racing the Chevy too on a drag racing diorama. And then the last one, I found an old, I think it was Racing Champions NASCAR dually. And sick diecast. Rick, I think you'll probably dig this, and probably a few others of you. A lot of those, living in the South, there's a crap load of 4x4s and dualies. And I wanted to replicate this. This was like a Bill Elliott NAS truck thing or whatever with a car hauler. You see a lot of King Ranch and F-350s and all that stuff around here. So I was trying to replicate that with did the gray, like straight up work wheels on it. Painted the chicken lights on there. The bumper's not even on this thing, guys. I'm sorry. But yeah, just tried to make what I see every day. I even put the tan leather interior in there. Made the front of it with the stuff there. I did the back tampos. Like I say, more like a luxurious work truck, if anything else. I hope Rick at Sick Diecast likes this, but like I say, a lot of you guys like pickup trucks, and those are basically my first customs. There's one more. Got this. This is my first major wheel swap. This old Zamac Chevy. And of course, all these things roll well. I had to look through my crap again. I've actually got another truck, one of these that I weathered up, and I actually took a micro drill bit and drilled out where the gas filler neck would be, put a piece of tubing in there so that I could hang a rag out of the gas tank. The beds mismatched from the vehicle there. And let's see, I think I got one more. Yeah. I took one of the Atari series vehicles. I'm sure you guys have seen this. Normally has a motorcycle in it, but for some reason this one didn't. And I made some rust, and I kind of weathered it out like a patinaed look. Left a good set of wheels on the front, some crap in the back. Just left the back off there, but I hope you guys dig it. Let me know in the comments and whatnot if you dig it. But yeah, Jimmy Mitchell247. There you go. If you're watching this, you can see those things. And I'd like to, if I could, call out sick_diecast Rick to show your first 5 customs, and Antarius King, if you would show yours. And appreciate it, guys. Peace.